Hello and welcome back to the MARKIE channel, another video on this channel where I still haven't moved, even though I really should have about 2 weeks ago because Virgin Media hit my guts. Honestly, I never have luck with Wi-Fi. I don't know why. It's really infuriating at this point. Like, quick little rant before we do actually get into the topics of this video. Supposed to have Wi-Fi, like I said, about 2 weeks ago, and it's looking like it probably still won't be done until maybe another 2 weeks, which is fucking incredible because I should be moved by now. But yeah, either way, ladies and gentlemen, today's going to be another topics video. You guys seem to prefer these videos, and you know what? I'm enjoying making them right now. I know there's a bunch of comments being like, oh, but Callum, remember you had the break before and said you didn't want to do that style of content anymore, so I just want to make sure that you're okay doing it. Promise you I am. I was just in a really, bad mental, space then. That may sound way deeper than it was. I was just needed a break, okay? I was a bit run down. I'm such a hard worker. Also, dead quick before we do get any further in the video, second channel's linked in the description. I'm uploading my house tour, the one that I haven't moved into yet. I'm posting that on that channel in literally, 1 or 2 days. By the time you watch this video, if you're watching it a little bit later, it might already be out. So go to that channel, please. I'm going to be uploading a bunch on there. We just recorded a massive video for it that's going to be uploaded on there in about a week and a half's time as well. Probably the most effort I've really ever put into a video, to be honest with you. So if you do want to go and subscribe there, please do. It would mean the world. Okay, right. Back into the video, I guess. We start with the smaller stuff, then we work our way up to the bigger stuff, and some quite serious stuff towards the end of the video as well. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get into the smaller topics of this video, which was the TikTok YouTube event that happened a few days ago. Now, if you don't know already, which I'm probably sure you do, Bryce Hall and Austin Mcbroom had a fight, and Austin Mcbroom won quite easily, realistically. A lot more one-sided than I think a lot of people kind of assumed, although, obviously we hadn't seen that much footage from either person, so no one really knew. But yeah, Bryce Hall and Austin Mcbroom had their fight. Austin Mcbroom, really did batter him. I'm not even trying to take the piss. He did, right? I mean, Bryce Hall was bloodied up. Austin looked like he hadn't even been touched the whole fight, realistically. And the referee called it, I think, in the third round, I believe it was. And it was the right decision as well. Although the referee was really fucking angry throughout the whole fight for not that big of a reason. Yeah, we all heard Bryce Hall and everything, but he got a point deducted for trying to, pick up Austin. But he didn't really do anything. And Austin punched him one time when they were separate, when the referee separated them, and the referee did nothing. It all seemed a bit fishy, seeing as though it's Austin Mcbroom's event. I mean, the point deduction obviously didn't change anything, okay? Austin was going to beat him regardless, and clearly did, and it did get stopped when it should have got stopped. But there was a lot of fishy stuff going on the whole night, and we will get into the more seriously fishy stuff a little bit later. But yeah, Bryce Hall said after the fight that he's not a fighter and has never claimed to be a fighter, although his last video he uploaded on his YouTube channel, he says, and I quote, "I've had 40 street fights in my time, and I'm undefeated, by the way." So at least he still has that record to hold, I guess. But yeah, Bryce Hall, after the fight, was kind of being a little bit humble, a little bit too humble, to be honest. And the reason I say that is because if Bryce Hall won, something tells me he wouldn't have been as humble, okay? And obviously, that's me just guessing at this point. We'll never fucking know. But something tells me he wouldn't be as humble as he was with the fact that he actually lost. He posted this on Instagram saying, "Great fight, Austin Mcbroom. You impressed many, along with myself, of your skill set. I'm going back to my YouTube, TikTok shit, and looking forward to taking a few shots with you tonight." He also tweeted Deji because Deji lost his fight and said, "Don't be hard on yourself either, bud." At Deji, "It takes balls what you did, and you performed amazing as well. It was all for entertainment, and you did that." This is obviously someone that he was arguing with the whole lead up to the fight, and was saying oh, if he wins, you might fight Deji, or Taylor was going to fight Deji or something like that, and now he's being nice. Something tells me he maybe wouldn't be, and maybe I'm being a bit unfair, but I'm just judging it off what we've seen from Bryce Hall in the past. He doesn't really scream humble, realistically, and a lot of things he does. He seems to be the type of person who would love to kick people while they're down. So maybe I'm judging a bit too quickly, but yeah. He also tweeted out saying that he's buying a house for his mother, which is absolutely lovely, so that's still good, because he got paid a fuck ton. He got paid $5 million to fight, and if he knocked out Austin, he was going to get an extra mil, but he obviously lost $1 million because he got knocked out. But still, $4 million. Oh no, that's not a lot of money. God, how's he gonna survive? Jesus Christ. God, you really lost a lot, didn't you, Bryce? You really lost a lot. Overall, it was kind of a decent event up until the co-main event, which was Taylor Holder versus Gib, a Nissan Gib here in the UK, a YouTuber that is very loved here in the UK. And to be honest, I'm going to be completely honest, okay? We threw predictions in before the fight even started, a bunch of me and my mates who are watching it. And one fight I got wrong was the Taylor Holder versus Gib fight. And not because it ended in a draw and I didn't guess a draw. Realistically, Gib won. We all know that, right? I honestly thought Taylor was going to win because everybody fucking picked him up as if he was like the next coming of Mike Tyson or some shit. And Anis on Gib ended up winning every single fucking round. Like, easily. Like, it wasn't even competitive. And then they read out the scorecards, which I believe was 49-46, and sorry if you don't understand what this means. Basically, if you win a round, you get 10 points. If you lose a round, you get 9 points or less. I mean, if you get battered, you get a 10-8, and then in very, very, very rare circumstances, you can get 10-7s, but obviously that wouldn't happen in an event like this. But they read out the scorecards, and it was 49-46, which meant that the judge said that someone won 4 out of the 5 rounds. Then another one said 49-46, same thing again. And then someone said 50-56, which means that they said that someone won every single round apart from one round was a draw and a 10-10. They're basically saying someone got battered, right? Someone got battered the whole fight, and then they read out who won and they go, majority draw. Majority draw, even though the scorecards make it physically impossible for it to be a draw. And obviously, Gib and all the fucking UK fans and even the US fans, like, no one thought Taylor won, right? Even Taylor didn't really think he won. You could tell. A lot of people obviously fuming because quite evidently it was rigged. Like, I know that sounds quite like, oh, it was rigged, oh no. But it was. Like, it just physically was. They read out a scorecard that had someone winning and then said draw. They basically said, oh, someone won, but we're going to lie to you. And then admitted it in front of everybody by reading out the scorecard. So it's a bit nuts. Taylor had a big part in the event. He even said that him and Austin were the people who put the event together in the first place and came up with the idea. So something tells me there was something going on that's a little bit fishy, which is fucking annoying, especially for someone like Gib, who obviously trained really hard. I would be fuming if I was in his position, putting in that amount of work, that amount of time, that amount of money into his team, going all the way to the other side of the fucking country, and then just getting fucked over because someone got paid off by Taylor, or maybe not physically paid off, but they need Taylor there for the money because he's meant to be like the big TikTok guy, you know, the next one of Canelo and all this shit. So yeah, it's a bit infuriating. I would be fuming if I was a Nissan Gib, but yeah. If you did watch the event, let me know what you think. It's annoying because the production was quite good, although I would like to think that no other people, no other YouTubers are going to do an event with social gloves ever again, because they quite evidently don't care about the event. It's very, very fucking one-sided, biased, and rigged, okay? So yeah, hopefully they do another event, but not with social gloves. They fucked it, because they could have had a really good event on their hands, and they fucked it massively. So, well done, social gloves. Idiots. And now, speaking of boxing, we obviously talk about how Corinna Kopf and Tana are apparently going to be having a boxing match, and even after this event, Corinna said, can someone beat Tana Mongeau's ass? She's fucking annoying. So obviously they're trying to build up this event. They're probably being contacted, being given a number that they quite evidently like, and maybe this will happen. It's going to be so fucking bizarre. Corinna Kopf versus Tana Mongeau in a boxing match. Bit interesting, but yeah, let me know if you're interested in seeing that. I'm interested just because it's fucking strange. Like, it's one of them things where it's like, oh, you probably shouldn't really want to watch that, but I kind of have to. It's like a car crash. If you see a car crash, you kind of want to look away because it's like, oh no, someone's crashing the car, they could be hurt. But you're a little bit like, oh, just little couple glances over there, you know, just because I'm a little bit interested. Probably a bad analogy. I'm sorry, Corinna and Tana. I don't mean that you resemble a car crash. But yeah, it's going to be interesting if that actually doesn't come about. I don't even fucking know what to think about it, but I will probably watch. Let me know your thoughts on it down below. Now, moving on again, ladies and gentlemen, because we have a lot of topics to talk about in this video, we're going to be speaking about Jeffree Star and James Charles. And no, this isn't a video from 2018. This is 2021. Because Jeffree Star actually did an interview the other day on a channel called US Weekly, which I'm not 100% sure. I think it's just kind of one of them, like, teen pop type of channels, you know, where they try and get all the gossip or whatever. And he actually got questioned about James Charles, and this is how he answered it.
Another person that you have a relationship with in the past was James Charles, which you have been honest about with your opinion, calling him a danger to society. Does that...
Fucking love that quote, man. Jesus Christ. You've been honest with him about your opinion. No, usually when people say that, it's a bit like, oh, he's all right, you know, maybe he's just not my cup of tea. And then, no, danger to the fucking society. One of the strongest things you can say about a person. But yeah, I mean, it's weird that quote did actually age quite well, evidently, from when he actually first said it.
Honestly, we don't have a relationship. I think since all that, a lot of that drama happened, we really never spoke since. So I haven't seen him. And I just don't really know what's going on. I know that's kind of crazy, but I just kind of keep to myself. And I don't really mingle in the beauty world anymore, so.
By the way, as well, I did actually watch a few of the questions before this one, and every single one also sounds like it was scripted, just like that answer was. He quite evidently got given the questions before he went in the interview, got his PR team involved, and went, you know what, let's answer these in the most stereotypical way a celebrity could.
Why do you think that started? I feel like I've observed in the past several years that, you know, the makeup moguls and the people that, you know, like yourself and James Charles.
Sorry, this is a really like niche thing to bring up. Who drinks Red Bull with a straw? Who drinks Red Bull, first of all, by the way? Red Bull is actually a fucking horrible, horrible drink. It's literally acid in a fucking can, okay? The worst thing ever. It hurts my mouth when I drink it. I swear, they put chemicals in that shit that shouldn't be in a drink. But yeah, who does with a straw? You know what? You should be cancelled just for that. Fuck the questions. I don't care about James Charles anymore. Why are you using a straw with Red Bull? It doesn't make sense.
There's no handbook for any of this. So I think when so many of us are getting so many millions of new people, new views, new money, and it kind of makes people go a little crazy, including myself. So
sick. Okay, so he just admitted that he tried to cancel James Charles back in the day because of views and money. God, I love LA. I really want to live there. But either way, next up we actually have a more serious topic, and it's to do with Trisha Paytas. And obviously we spoke about in the last video how Trisha Paytas and Ethan have like fell out. Obviously frenemies is kind of no longer a thing, and Trisha Paytas kind of went from being what people seemed as like a changed person, you know, like a much bigger person. Ethan really brought the best out of her. She then went back to her same self and posted God knows how many videos that are all about an hour long going at Ethan, literally called part 1 Ethan lies, part 2 Ethan lies, part 3 Tan lies. I'm not 100% sure who that is, but for the purpose of this video, I think we're going to assume it's Ethan. And now we've also got this newer video, which obviously seems much more serious than just like money and whatnot, from the Frenemies podcast, and says, trigger warning, essay, sexual assault, monetization is off for this one, serious topics. And in this video, Trisha Paytas calls out Ethan and saying that Ethan would bring up topics about Trisha, that Trisha, I mean, you can probably judge by the title of the video what that topic would be about, and Ethan would bring it up, and he brought it up multiple times, and Trisha wasn't happy with it. So let's listen to what Trisha had to say.
Up until we got to their house, I was so nauseous and so sick because my mother and we had a strain in our relationship when I was younger, around that time, 17 to 19. We didn't talk a whole lot. We did, but obviously she didn't know the extent of stuff because I would always ask her for money. I would ask her friends for money back home, like, and my dad and I definitely didn't. So to talk about that time in my life with my parents it's not something that happens. When he asked her about it, it was something that he's like, well, you talk about it on the show, you talk about it in front of me, she watches Frenemies, but you know, my mom fast forwards that stuff, you know, she doesn't.
So as you can see, Trisha Paytas explains that Ethan was bringing up this topic and they weren't really comfortable with it being in front of their parents, okay? And I want to know your opinions down below in the comment section about this, because obviously it's a much more like serious topic what Trisha brings up here. But looking at the comment section on the video, I mean, first of all, the like to dislike ratio is incredibly in favor of the dislikes. And let's just read a few of the top comments so you can see exactly what people are really taking from this video. Honestly, how embarrassing for you. They're literally pregnant, you're engaged to his wife's brother, they're going for a lawsuit, and yet you continue to dig deeper and deeper. You're never going to gain support if you continue to contradict yourself. Also, the clickbait title is gross and misleading. You did assassinate Ethan's character, and you are absolutely trying to make him a villain, all over a couple of misunderstandings and something that could have been resolved in private. Was it all worth it, Trish? How can you react like this when he gave you 20 different chances and showed how much he loved and supported you? Be upset for whatever reason you want, nobody is taking that away from you, but you are the real MVP of getting the most second chances, and you're really going to burn a bridge and not give the same opportunity to him for redemption. So sad. Now, every single comment is pretty much about this. I'm literally scrolling through right now. You can see most of them obviously seem to be in favor of Ethan. But yeah, either way, I would love to know your opinions down below. Genuinely, let me know. We have a conversation in the comments and see what you guys think, okay? Let me know. But Ethan's not the only person that Trisha seems to be having a bit of a problem with recently. The newest person that Trisha Paytas is having a problem with is Jesus Christ himself, which is a sentence I never really thought I would say. But actually, is a YouTuber called Jesus Christ, which is very interesting. And he actually uploaded a video called Thou Shalt Not Blame the Victim. Fuck's sake, okay? And Jesus Christ himself calls out Trisha for basically stealing from charity, and you can see right here.
You made a promise to me that you were going to donate to my charity what you would have paid me to do your music video, and then you didn't, and then you ghosted me. We were supposed to collab, and we didn't. That didn't happen.
So as you can see straight off the bat, Jesus Christ. Fuck it. Do I need to keep calling him Jesus Christ? Jesus Christ is calling out Trisha, saying that they basically said they were going to donate to charity and then didn't, and just ghosted him, and said also that they were going to do a collab and then ghosted him again. And let's just say you know it's bad when Jesus Christ is calling you out, okay? Not even genuinely like as a joke. This character of Jesus Christ doesn't really make videos like this, okay? This seems to be a bit of a one-off.
And we had that conversation, and we're like, and it was really awkward. It was like, oh, because you knew what you did, and I was like trying to be cool about it. But, you know, Shane was there, and, you know, Teresa, and, you know, everybody was there, you know. So it was like, I'm gonna do my thing. But you knew, and I was like, I gave you a little wink, and I was like, hey, we're gonna do the, you know, and you ghosted me. And that was shitty. That felt shitty.
So as you can see, Jesus Christ doesn't exactly seem to be that happy with Trisha. Still sounds so fucking weird, doesn't it? How the fuck is this guy verified, by the way? Like, this is verified as Jesus Christ, is it? This is Jesus himself, okay? Jesus has a YouTube channel, and he's calling out Trisha Paytas. I'm sure it must be. But either way, Trisha Paytas responded on Twitter, basically saying that it's all lies, as you could probably imagine, saying that this conversation never happened, shows text messages where obviously they don't agree to do this donation or whatever. Obviously, in Jesus' video right now, you can kind of see that he's talking about how they had the conversations in person, so it's word against words at this point. I would love to know your thoughts down below. Again, this is straight away. Trisha Paytas seems to be in a bit of a pickle right now after having a pretty decent year for Trisha's standards, and yeah, it's not exactly looking good realistically, but I would love to know your thoughts, like I said. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for the video. If you do enjoy these topics videos, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Not only will it allow me to know to do these videos more often, also helps the algorithm, and the video could do better. So if you want to help me out, leave a little comment, maybe a like as well, subscribe too. All them things help out, and you would be my best friend for life. But yeah, either way, until tomorrow, because I'm uploading daily, I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, goodbye.